As I sit here at 80 years old, reflecting on the years that have shaped me, I often think, if I could talk to my 50-year-old self, what advice would I give? What are the things I wish I had known, the lessons I had learned earlier, and the mistakes I could have avoided? It's funny how you gain so much wisdom with time, but it's even more precious when you realize just how much could have been different if you had known better. Now, looking back, I want to share the lessons I've learned over the years with you, so you don't have to wait until you're 80 to figure it out. If you're in your 50s or approaching those years, this video is packed with advice that could change the way you experience the rest of your life. So if you're ready to learn from someone who's walked the path ahead of you, hit that subscribe button. I'll be sharing more life lessons and senior wisdom so you don't miss out on the valuable insights that only come with experience. Stick around, you won't regret it. Number 1 is health maintenance. When I think about the most important lesson I could have shared with my 50-year-old self, it all boils down to this: take care of your body before it starts breaking down. In your 50s, you might feel like you're still young and healthy, but trust me, the small choices you make now will have a huge impact on how you feel decades down the road. I didn't fully understand this until I began to experience the consequences of neglecting my health. At that age, it's easy to think that the aches and pains you feel are just a normal part of getting older, but I've learned the hard way that it doesn't have to be that way. Learn to start paying attention to your health long before problems show up. That means prioritizing exercise, even if it's just walking or stretching every day. Building muscle, improving flexibility, and keeping your heart healthy are all essential, and it gets harder the older you get. I also wish I'd understood the importance of a balanced diet at that age. It's not about dieting. It's about fueling your body with the right foods. Your metabolism slows down, and it becomes crucial to eat more nutrient-dense foods that will support your energy levels and keep you going strong. Regular checkups are also something I'd recommend you take more seriously. Don't wait for symptoms to show up. By the time they do, it could be too late. Catching potential issues early can make a world of difference, from managing blood pressure to screening for cancer or diabetes. And don't forget about mental health. Keeping your mind sharp and maintaining a sense of purpose is just as important as physical health. The truth is, in your 50s, you still have time to set the foundation for your future health, but you have to act now. Start caring for your body as if it's the one thing you'll need to take care of you for the next 50 years. It's the only one you've got. The second one is financial planning. When I look back, one of my biggest regrets is not taking my financial planning more seriously in my 50s. I wish I had understood the power of compound interest and how starting early could have made a world of difference by the time I reached my 80s. If I could talk to my 50-year-old self, I'd say, start saving, even if it's just a little bit. The earlier, the better. At 50, it might seem like there's still a long way to go before retirement, but in reality, the clock is ticking faster than you realize. The decisions you make now about your savings and investments will shape your future in ways you can't fully grasp yet. You might think that starting to save or invest in your 50s won't make a big impact, but trust me, it absolutely does. Even small amounts invested wisely can grow exponentially over the years. Start by building an emergency fund if you haven't already. You never know when life will throw you a curveball, whether it's a medical emergency, home repair, or unexpected job loss. Having that cushion will bring peace of mind and keep you from relying on credit or loans. But beyond that, you need to think about the long game, retirement. At 50, you're likely nearing the peak of your earning potential, which is the perfect time to put away as much as possible. Even if you can't contribute the maximum amount to your retirement accounts, making a consistent contribution, no matter how small, adds up. If you haven't already started investing, now's the time to look into it. I know it can seem intimidating, but you don't have to become a stock market expert to start making smarter decisions with your money. Start with low-risk investments like index funds or mutual funds if you're unsure. Over time, these investments can provide a steady return and grow your nest egg with less stress. Diversifying your investments is also key. Spread your money across different types of assets so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. But financial planning isn't just about saving for retirement. It's also about protecting what you have. Life insurance, long-term care insurance, and estate planning are all critical steps that will ensure your family and loved ones are taken care of when the time comes. I wish I had taken the time to get these things in order earlier. If you're in your 50s, now is the perfect time to start putting these protections in place. The reality is, you can't predict the future, but you can certainly prepare for it. If I had planned better in my 50s, I would have felt a lot less anxiety about money in my later years. So, take charge of your finances now. It's not about being wealthy. It's about securing peace of mind and ensuring that your later years are as comfortable as possible. Remember, every small step you take today will lead to a more secure tomorrow. The third one is the importance of relationships. As I reflect on the many years I've lived, one thing stands out above all else. The people in your life are the true treasures. If I could speak to my 50-year-old self, I'd tell them that no amount of money or success can replace the value of strong, meaningful relationships. When you're in your 50s, it's easy to get caught up in career ambitions or material goals, but as the years pass, you come to realize that it's the connections you build with others that truly matter. One of the most powerful lessons I've learned over the years is that relationships are everything. They can either lift you up or bring you down. In your 50s, you may have already built a career, raised a family, or formed friendships that have lasted for years. But now is the time to be even more intentional about nurturing these connections. The people you surround yourself with in your 50s will have a profound impact on the kind of life you lead in the years ahead. Family is the first place to look when it comes to relationships, and investing time in those bonds is priceless. Whether it's children, siblings, or parents, these relationships are often the ones that provide emotional support when everything else in life feels uncertain. But it's not just about your family, it's about the quality of your friendships as well. As we age, our social circles often shrink, but this doesn't mean they should become any less meaningful. In fact, now is the perfect time to deepen the connections you already have and seek out new ones with people who inspire, challenge, and encourage you. The truth is, loneliness becomes more prevalent as we get older. Many people in their 50s and beyond experience empty nests, retirement, or the loss of close friends, and this can be incredibly isolating. That's why it's so important to continue building and maintaining a strong support system. Take the time to check in with friends, to show up for the people you care about, and to invest in relationships that feed your soul. The more you give, the more you'll receive in return. And it's not just about personal relationships. It's also about building a network of people who share your interests, passions, and values. The people you meet in your 50s can open doors, offer new perspectives, and provide opportunities you may never have imagined. So don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and build new connections, whether it's through social activities, community events, or professional circles. But perhaps one of the most powerful relationship lessons I've learned is the importance of vulnerability and authentic communication. As you grow older, you realize that life isn't about keeping up appearances. It's about being real with the people around you, sharing your thoughts and feelings, and allowing yourself to be seen and heard. Those deep, honest connections are the ones that create lasting impact. Whether it's a friend who truly understands you or a partner who supports you unconditionally. Relationships are also about giving back. If there's anything I've learned, it's that making a positive difference in the lives of others not only enriches their world, but it also enriches yours. Whether it's mentoring someone younger, offering advice, or simply lending a listening ear, these moments of connection can be incredibly rewarding. So if you're in your 50s, remember that investing in relationships is one of the most important things you can do. They're the ones who will walk with you through thick and thin, celebrating your highs and supporting you through your lows. In the end, the love, care, and trust you build with others is the real legacy you leave behind. It's never too late to invest in your relationships, and believe me, the payoff is worth more than anything else you could ever achieve. Before we dive into the next life lesson, I want to take a moment to ask you, how are you feeling so far? If you're finding these insights helpful and feel like this advice could really make a difference in your life, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. By subscribing, you'll get more valuable advice, life lessons, and tips from someone who's been there. I'll be sharing more personal stories and insights that can help you navigate life with purpose and clarity, especially as you move into your 50s and beyond. So, take a second and join me on this journey. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Another one is the mindset shifts. When I think back on my life, one of the most transformative lessons I've learned is that the way you approach life changes everything. I'd emphasize how important it is to shift your mindset, not just about work, not just about aging, but about everything. At 50, you may already have a set way of thinking, and that's completely natural. But one of the most powerful lessons I've learned over the years is that how you think shapes how you experience the world. As we age, it's easy to slip into the mindset that things are winding down or that certain opportunities are behind us. But I've learned that the most fulfilling years of life are often the ones where you challenge yourself to grow and change. Your 50s can be a time of reinvention, a chance to explore new passions, adopt new perspectives, and embrace new challenges. It's all about seeing life through a lens of possibility rather than limitation. A big part of shifting your mindset is learning how to embrace change. As we get older, we often resist change, whether it's changes in our physical appearance, shifts in our relationships, or evolving technology. But the truth is, change is inevitable, and it doesn't have to be feared. In fact, it's one of the greatest gifts you can receive. Every change brings with it an opportunity to adapt, grow, and evolve into someone better and more resilient than you were before. In your 50s, you may start to think that certain goals or dreams are out of reach, but let me tell you this, it's never too late to start something new. I wish I had embraced this mindset earlier. When I was in my 50s, I was often so focused on what I hadn't accomplished, yet that I didn't realize the immense potential that still existed. Shifting your mindset to one of growth and possibility opens doors you never thought possible. Age is just a number. What matters is how willing you are to try, to learn, and to keep moving forward. A key aspect of this shift is how you view failure. When you're younger, it's easy to see failure as something to avoid at all costs. But as you age, you realize that failure is often the best teacher. The more you embrace failure as part of the process, the less afraid you become of taking risks. This mindset shift allows you to go after things you've always wanted without the fear of making mistakes holding you back. It's liberating to finally understand that mistakes are simply stepping stones to success. Another major shift comes when you start to realize the power of perspective. As you get older, it becomes easier to see that life is more about perspective than circumstance. The things that once seemed like big problems may not seem so significant anymore. The ability to step back, breathe, and find peace in the middle of chaos is something that only comes with time. Developing a mindset that focuses on gratitude, acceptance, and mindfulness helps you live a more peaceful, fulfilling life, regardless of the external circumstances. But one of the most profound shifts in mindset I've experienced is learning to let go of the need for control. When you're in your 50s, you likely have an idea of where you want to go in life, but it's important to realize that life doesn't always go according to plan. The more rigid your expectations are, the more disappointed you might become. Instead, learn to adapt. Flow with life rather than trying to control every outcome. Trust that life will unfold as it's meant to, and that sometimes the unexpected paths can lead to the most rewarding experiences. Ultimately, the mindset shifts you make in your 50s can shape how you live the rest of your life. Embracing change, viewing failure as a learning opportunity, letting go of control, and adopting a perspective of gratitude will transform how you experience every moment of your journey. The way you think will define how you live. And I promise you, with the right mindset, the best is yet to come. The fifth one I have to say is pursue your passions and hobbies. As I reflect on my 80 years, one of the greatest pieces of advice I'd give to my 50-year-old self is to never stop exploring what excites you. In your 50s, it's easy to get caught up in the demands of daily life, career, family, obligations, and let your passions and hobbies fall to the wayside. But what I've learned is that it's never too late to reignite those interests or discover new ones. In fact, pursuing your passions at any age is one of the most fulfilling things you can do for your mind, body, and soul. When you're younger, you might focus on hobbies as something you do in your spare time. But as you get older, they become a vital part of your identity and well-being. At 50, you're often at a crossroads, with both the freedom and the responsibility to create the life you want. This is the perfect time to revisit the activities that once brought you joy, or to dive into something completely new that you've always been curious about. I wish I had embraced this idea sooner. Picking up a new skill or revisiting old passions when I was in my 50s could have brought even more joy and fulfillment into my life. Pursuing your passions does so much more than fill your free time. It gives you a sense of purpose, boosts your confidence, and keeps your mind sharp. Whether it's painting, gardening, photography, writing, or even learning a new language, engaging in activities that you love can make all the difference. In fact, research shows that staying active in hobbies and creative pursuits can help delay cognitive decline and improve emotional health. So, the more you engage in things that light you up, the more you're investing in both your mental and physical health. But pursuing passions isn't just about personal enrichment, it's also about connection. Many hobbies can help you meet new people and form bonds over shared interests. This is especially important as you age, as the social circles you've built over the years may start to shrink. A hobby can serve as a gateway to building new friendships and strengthening relationships with others who share similar interests. This social aspect is incredibly important for overall well-being and can be a major source of joy in later years. If you're worried about starting too late, let me reassure you, it's never too late. I've seen many people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s take up new hobbies or revisit old ones with a passion that's as strong as it was in their youth. Whether it's joining a local choir, taking up yoga, or learning to play an instrument, the possibilities are endless. And the best part, you don't have to be perfect at it. The joy comes from the process itself, not from being the best at something. The beauty of pursuing a passion is in the enjoyment, the learning, and the fulfillment that it brings, not in achieving a certain outcome. I also want to emphasize the importance of trying things outside of your comfort zone. You might be hesitant to pick up something new, especially if it's outside your usual routine, but that's often where the most growth happens. It's about challenging yourself, stepping into the unknown, and allowing yourself to be curious. Whether it's exploring a new creative outlet or learning a new skill, there's an entire world of opportunities waiting for you. Embrace the idea of being a beginner again, because being a beginner is how you learn, how you grow, and how you experience the world with fresh eyes. Pursuing your passions and hobbies can also have a ripple effect on other areas of your life. Engaging in something you love gives you something to look forward to, helping you combat feelings of boredom or stagnation. It creates a sense of balance, helping you manage stress and providing a healthy escape when life gets overwhelming. It's easy to think that as you age, you should slow down or settle into routines. But the truth is, keeping your passions alive keeps you vibrant and energized, ready to embrace whatever the next chapter brings. If I could go back to my 50s, I would make sure to give myself the permission to invest time in the things I love. Whether it's rediscovering an old hobby or starting a new adventure, pursuing what excites you isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. Life is short, and the more you focus on what truly brings you joy, the richer your years will become. So, don't wait. Start now. Find something that sparks your enthusiasm, dive in headfirst, and let your passions lead the way to a more fulfilled, vibrant life. Another one of essence is the power of rest. As I've grown older, one of the most surprising and valuable lessons I've learned is just how important rest truly is. If I could speak to my 50-year-old self, I'd tell them, don't underestimate the power of taking a break. In our younger years, we're often taught to push through, work harder, and keep going, no matter what. Resting can feel like a luxury or even a weakness. But as the years pass, you come to realize that the best thing you can do for your health, your mind, and your overall well-being is to embrace rest and recovery, not as a sign of laziness, but as an essential part of living a full life. In your 50s, you may feel like you're at the peak of your career or responsibilities. You may have the energy to juggle multiple tasks and still push yourself to go the extra mile. But here's the truth. As we age, our bodies and minds need more time to recharge. The relentless pace you've maintained in your 30s and 40s may not be sustainable for the long term. If you don't give yourself the proper time to rest and recover, your energy, focus, and health can begin to deteriorate. I wish I had understood this earlier in life. When I was in my 50s, I often pushed through exhaustion, thinking I could handle it. But now, looking back, I can see how many times I ran on empty and paid the price later, whether it was burnout, illness, or just feeling emotionally drained. Taking time to rest isn't about being unproductive. It's about understanding that rest is actually a key part of productivity. When you rest, you allow your body and mind to rejuvenate so you can return to your tasks with greater energy, clarity, and focus. Rest is not just about sleep, though of course, sleep is a major component. As we age, our sleep patterns can change, but quality sleep is still critical. It's essential to prioritize a good night's sleep, which means creating a calming routine, limiting screen time before bed, and finding ways to ensure that you're getting restful, restorative sleep. Sleep helps repair your cells, boosts your immune system, and strengthens your cognitive abilities. In your 50s, you need to ensure that you're giving your body the time it needs to repair and recharge every night. But beyond sleep, rest also includes taking breaks throughout the day, managing stress, and allowing yourself moments of relaxation. In our busy lives, we often overlook the importance of simply pausing and being present. Whether it's taking a walk in nature, practicing meditation, enjoying a hobby, or simply sitting down with a good book, these moments of stillness give your body the chance to recover from the constant hustle and bustle. Even short periods of rest during your day can have a significant impact on your energy levels, stress levels, and overall sense of well-being. Another aspect of rest that many people overlook is the importance of taking mental breaks. We often think of rest as something physical, but mental rest is just as critical, especially as you approach your later years. Overworking your mind, whether it's through constant stress, multitasking, or overthinking, can lead to mental fatigue, anxiety, and even depression. Learning to rest your mind by practicing mindfulness, deep breathing, or simply letting go of negative thoughts can help you recharge and improve your mental health. One of the most important things I've learned as I've gotten older is that rest is a form of self-care. In your 50s, it's easy to fall into the trap of always putting others first, whether it's your family, your job, or your responsibilities. But rest is an act of self-respect. It's recognizing that in order to be there for others and to continue doing the things you love, you must take care of yourself. If you're constantly running on fumes, you won't have the energy to show up as your best self. So give yourself permission to rest without guilt. It's not selfish, it's necessary. The power of rest isn't just physical, it's emotional and mental too. Giving yourself time to rest allows you to reflect, process emotions, and regain perspective. It's in those quiet moments that you can often find clarity, creativity, and peace. When you're always busy, you miss the opportunity to recharge your emotional batteries, which can leave you feeling depleted and disconnected from yourself. As you move through your 50s and beyond, take rest seriously. It's not a luxury. It's a necessity for long-term health, happiness, and fulfillment. Prioritize sleep, take breaks throughout your day, and allow yourself time to mentally unwind. Rest isn't about being lazy. It's about honoring your body and mind, and recognizing that in order to truly thrive, you need time to pause, recover, and come back stronger. By making rest a priority, you'll find that you have more energy, greater focus, and a deeper sense of peace as you move through life. The last one for today is legacy building. As I look back over my life, one of the most profound realizations I've had is the importance of thinking about your legacy. When I was in my 50s, I was often so focused on day-to-day responsibilities, career, family, managing bills, and so on, that I didn't give much thought to the lasting impact I'd leave behind. It's never too early to think about the kind of legacy you want to leave behind. So take action today, because the legacy you build now will echo through the generations to come. And finally, as I wrap up these life lessons, I want to leave you with one final thought. Life is an ongoing journey, and in your 50s, you have the incredible opportunity to shape the years ahead in ways that will make the rest of your life more fulfilling, purposeful, and rewarding. By focusing on your health, making smart financial decisions, nurturing your relationships, shifting your mindset, pursuing passions, embracing rest, and building a meaningful legacy, you can create a life that's rich in wisdom, connection, and joy. These aren't just lessons to be learned. They're actions that you can take right now, starting today, to improve your future. So, as you move forward from this video, I encourage you to think about what changes you can make in your own life. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start small, but start now. Whether it's investing in your health, spending more time with loved ones, or pursuing that passion you've been putting off, every step you take will bring you closer to a better, more vibrant life in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. I hope you feel empowered and inspired by the advice I've shared today. If you feel relieved and informed, and perhaps even motivated to take action in your own life, I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below to let me know what resonated with you the most and how you plan to apply these lessons. Also, tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from all corners of the world and connect with you on this incredible journey we call life. Remember, it's never too late to start living your best life. Let's keep this conversation going, and I look forward to hearing from you. It's never too early to think about the kind of legacy you want to leave behind. So take action today, because the legacy you build now will echo through the generations to come. And finally, as I wrap up these life lessons, I want to leave you with one final thought. Life is an ongoing journey, and in your 50s, you have the incredible opportunity to shape the years ahead in ways that will make the rest of your life more fulfilling, purposeful, and rewarding. By focusing on your health, making smart financial decisions, nurturing your relationships, shifting your mindset, pursuing passions, embracing rest, and building a meaningful legacy, you can create a life that's rich in wisdom, connection, and joy. These aren't just lessons to be learned. They're actions that you can take right now, starting today, to improve your future. So, as you move forward from this video, I encourage you to think about what changes you can make in your own life. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start small, but start now. Whether it's investing in your health, spending more time with loved ones, or pursuing that passion you've been putting off, every step you take will bring you closer to a better, more vibrant life in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. I hope you feel empowered and inspired by the advice I've shared today. If you feel relieved and informed, and perhaps even motivated to take action in your own life, I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below to let me know what resonated with you the most and how you plan to apply these lessons. Also, tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from all corners of the world and connect with you on this incredible journey we call life. Remember, it's never too late to start living your best life. Let's keep this conversation going, and I look forward to hearing from you.